I'm back. I was off for a week in quarantine. That's right. The Lingzo boys, poor little guys, they went back to daycare for 1 week after Christmas. And mom over here on Saturday and Sunday after that first week, I just thought they were tired. Like they were waking up like really moany and crying and like really low grade fever. I mean like 100.1, 100.3. Maybe one time it read 100.6, but then you know like when you use that ear one, it reads like 5 different temperatures. So I was like, I just think they're really tired. No, poor little things probably had an achy body and were feeling the effects of COVID, and I had no idea. Luckily, Paul and I decided, well, we'll just stay home this weekend. We didn't go out because we were like, I guess they just need a little bit of rest. Then Monday morning, I wake up and I'm just reviewing my email. First thing in the morning, I was like, oh, I got a note from daycare on Friday that COVID was in our room at school. I mean, that is what it is. That's gonna happen. I was like, maybe the boys have COVID. And I needed still a negative test for them to go back. So it's Monday. I'm totally not prepared. Have not had a test. We roll into the pediatrician, 10 a.m. He calls me within 10 minutes after swabbing them. He's like, well, Mrs. Lingzo, unfortunately, they're both positive. I felt terrible. I had no idea. Anyway, Paul and I had it literally within 24 hours, all 4 of us, 10-day quarantine, just living it up COVID style together. But I gotta tell you, you know, it's not fun to have. I don't wish it on anyone. It's crazy what's going on, but it was like our special time that we got to spend with each other. Paul and I were still able to work from home. The boys were able to get extra snuggles, extra time outside. I mean, we got some 70-degree weather, which you can't complain in Texas. But yeah, Christmas was awesome. They were home with us, but we had a lot of company and family and all that anticipation and excitement. And this just forced us to slow down and recover and be a family. And now they're back to daycare today. So last week, I could not get to videoing. I had no voice, all that congestion going through, but I did video some of my quick and easy meals that I had already had a bunch of food prepped and ready to go. And I know when people are getting hit with this quarantine and when kids are home and you're still trying to work, like, it's hard to eat healthy. It's hard to find time to prep your food. Luckily, we had already done it on Sunday before COVID hit this house, and so I had a lot of food ready. And when that food's readily available, it's way easier to want to eat it. So I'm gonna show you just a few variations of how I took some of my prepped food, which was a lot of low inflammatory food because I had already started incorporating that after Christmas because I'm working with a functional medicine doctor to get some stuff under control. So that low inflammatory food really helped me recover from all of that virus going through me, right? It's not like the exact thing, but it does help to reduce inflammation. So if you're feeling the effects maybe of post-COVID or of the holidays or of the weekend and you're like, God, my body just feels off, these meals that I take my staple foods and throw them together to come up with meals would be perfect to have on hand, the ingredients to make meals in minutes to help you just feel better, more healthy in your body. So check these easy meals out. Literally they take, I don't know, less than 5 minutes to assemble because I already have the ingredients ready and they're super tasty too. All right, let me know in the comments if you try them. And what are your go-to meals? Like how do you do, meals in minutes? Would love to know. So we're starting out with a rice, chicken, strawberry, and coconut meal. I know that sounds kind of strange meal, but I'm doing low inflammatory foods. And so dairy is not on the list for low inflammatory foods, nor is gluten for what I'm doing, for the purpose of it. And so I was trying to come up with some creative ideas for breakfast, and traditionally it would probably be like yogurt or something like that. So this combination, it's actually very warm and cozy. So I'm gonna do my chicken with the rice, okay? So I've got that ready to go. Then I chopped up some strawberries. So I'm gonna throw on some fresh strawberries. And then what tastes really nice is some unsweetened coconut flakes. So I've got a rice from the carb. So I got a carb vessel with my protein, with the chicken, a little bit of carb with the strawberry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some shredded coconut. Now you can do a full serving. I just like it for a little pop of flavor and a little bit of good fat on there. So I end up doing like, basically it's only like 2 to 3 grams. And then for the last thing that I like to season it with, coconut aminos. Cool? So then I drizzle that on, warm it up in the microwave. And I know it looks like a weird combo, but trust me, that little bit of coconut with the little sweetness of the strawberry and then the chicken and the rice, it's actually a really nice combo. So there you go. Super easy ingredients turned into meal breakfast. Okay, so up first is the quinoa bowl. So the only prep I had done earlier in the week was Instant Pot quinoa, Instant Pot chicken, and I did some roasted chickpeas in the oven. So I'm gonna turn this quinoa into a Mediterranean bowl, taking my little bit of meal prep, my staple ingredients, and turning it into a super easy meal packed full of good nutrients. They're gonna keep me nice and full, gonna be nice and colorful, easy to digest. All right, so I got the chicken, the roasted chickpeas that I use smoked paprika, salt and pepper, little grape tomatoes. Then I'm really into like the small cucumbers, the little minis. Those are great for snacking. Pro tip, if you want your cucumbers to have flavor, before you add them, before I even chop them up, I salted those. So I got that. And then I'm gonna add some fresh chopped green bell pepper. And you can roast any of this stuff. You don't have to have it raw, but I kind of like the combo of the hot quinoa, the hot chicken with the cold veggies. And I'm gonna finish it with some green olives or Kalamata or black, something, you know, just a nice little fat with a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to do some fresh parsley on here. Now you could also make this as a big batch. So you could just make a salad earlier in the week if you want and then just have it like that. And then for my dressing, I just took some tahini that I had on hand with lemon juice. You could also use hummus and add a little lemon juice and just kind of loosen it up. And I'm just gonna drizzle that over. Might do a little extra lemon juice. That'll be, there we go. That'll be the dressing. And I'm gonna finish it with a little pop of feta. And so that'll give me a nice little addition of fat too, with a little bit of salt for a different pop of flavor. And you got a meal in minutes, so it's gonna make you feel really good and it's gonna fill you up. Okay, meal number 2. This is a quick and easy lunch, dinner, bring with you kind of meal. So I had already Instant Pot jasmine rice and steamed fresh broccoli or frozen broccoli, whatever works. So I'm gonna make a peanut sauce chicken broccoli rice bowl. So rice, broccoli, adding in my Instant Pot chicken. So there we go. I did a little made up peanut sauce with some sambal, PB Fit, coconut aminos, and a little bit of monk fruit to sweeten it. So I'm gonna drizzle that on top. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then last thing to finish it off is gonna be some fresh cilantro. Now you can add whatever veggies you want, but that just happened to be what I had on hand. I was in the mood for a little bit of like an Asian flair. So now I got a quick and easy dinner of chicken, broccoli, rice with peanut sauce. Okay, last thing that I had made, so I'm gonna show you this. I did my overnight oats. Now, here's the thing, let me show you what those look like. I did a chocolate variation. Most overnight oats call for yogurt. Again, I'm doing no dairy, but you can put in a plant-based like yogurt if you're not doing dairy, or you would add like 1/3 to 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. So, in my oats, it was almond milk. I did chia seeds to make it more voluminous, so I got chia seeds. I did a little cacao powder to make it a little more chocolate flavored, pretty nice. And then rolled old-fashioned oats, and I put a little bit of stevia in there. And then you just let it sit overnight. So I had made a bunch of these jars, which made it really easy for Paul and I to grab last week when we wanted something quick and easy and didn't have to prepare it. All right, that's it. That was a quick little snack or breakfast or dessert. Okay, so that's today's episode. That is how my brain thinks with food. Those were the ingredients I had ready to go that were low inflammatory, that were gonna fill me up, keep my energy nice and stable. And honestly, it did help last week. Having food like that on hand, it really did make my body feel better. And so that's how my brain thinks with meal prep. I'm happy to share more ideas in future episodes. Just let me know below. What would you like to see? Do you want more breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? Happy to create those for you. All right, chat soon.